go. You're all clear, kid. George! Oh! Who knew he was Dutch? Goes for the windmill.
Wall. Last time we saw Wall, he was playing in Houston against the Clippers. Nice one point.
The game got away from them right here. They were careless with the ball.
Third quarter. It was a 32-19 goal.
And he'll just go into it with the utmost confidence.
12-4 Sacramento run. George, look, KZ guarding Paul George. George, step back. Oh my. Paul George, backdoor. George.
None of that's going to matter, though, if they can't get stops on this end.
That's a tough shot, Paul George.
Keegan shot. She tweeted out today, Happy Keegan Murray Day.
Oh my gosh, Paul George. Stop. Down 5. Keegan guarding George. George spinning, layup.
This is like that for him when they become turnovers. Yep. Clippers choking down a canary feathers here to bring it back the other.
Was trying to get that ball.
Here is George. Is he?
If people wondered, did he still have it? Well, the answer is yes. I'll give you some numbers a little bit later.
Paul George. George looks to retaliate straight away.
2 to play in the first quarter.
Right back to Paul George. Right back.
I remember this up.
George down the lane. Look out!
5 shots all year. They're all 3. As the Rockets turn over, George slows the roll with 3:44 to play. Fires a 3 in transition. It's George picked up by Porter Jr. Rises for 3 in the tie.
George. Clock is running down. They cleared out the corner. Aaron Gordon again is using his body to initiate the contact of Paul.
Get out of transition and run. You did it earlier, but you need more of it.
George frees himself up. Back to George. Another 3. Another made.
Signaling to the referees.
George off the pick into the lane, the Euro step, and
if I would consider doing it, I said
he wanted it. Here's Richardson. Paul George just picked his pocket.
That's offensive foul.
No call, and then he scores. But Clippers have been averaging 16.8. Paul George gives it.
Clippers 3 turnovers, but 8 points for Utah.
Wall put it right on time and on target.
George twisting and turning, fading and firing.
Back knowing that the defense, but the Clips wasn't set, able to drop it into a runner for easy 2.
George, strong drive, back to the basket, lays it. Played on 3 teams the last 3 seasons. George, a step back, foul circle jumper, it is good.
Paul George.
George accelerates down the lane, off the window, hot damn! The Clippers take the lead!
That's 4 by the Lakers. Here's Paul George, 6 points so far. Make it 8 in any previous year, but he has not been shooting it at that kind of rate. Here's Paul George.
And Wall, I'm turning the corner, getting into the paint.
George on the cut.
Of the season against the Knicks the other day, George a step away.
It's good. Now, the last game that Zubac was in foul trouble, and he just got uber aggressive.
Paul George.
The matchup on Kennard. Don't bring Terrence Mann over to guard you. He's the better defender.
Ability second in the league. Wall runs the floor again. Catch and shoot transition. Good for adjustments. And Dallas throws it away. Tim Hardaway thought it was a kick ball. Paul George centers the break, takes it all. Don't leave Batum.
Please don't.
Drive by Paul George. In on Powell, and he scores. So they're going to be looking at the lottery. And then obviously, there's a couple of names out there for the Pistons. Bay. Not going to get it off. George, interception. He's got Bay to beat to the house.
I didn't remember I said that.
Lob to George out of the timeout. Oh! Wall into the paint. Surveys the seat. Back to George. Catch and shoot 3. Oh! Paul George could throw it. Morris. Back to Jackson. George the catch and shoot 3. A roof scraper.
Paul George the step back. Paul George faces up on Oubre. Hornets down 10. Paul George a step back 3.
Reggie Jackson, another veteran. This is a veteran late ball club. And
Right at Morris. Froze him.
Oh, Paul George. That was a frozen rope. Inside. Just out jumped Zubac there. All 7 of his field goals in the paint. That will count. A 1-point lead. Here come the Clippers. George muscling in on Highsmith, and the foul. Have the ball. George driving past Bam. Paul George.
The Wizards look like they're in that matchup 2-3 zone right now.
It's Paul George getting to the bench. George. High ball screen for PG. George. Tough shot take.
Force the situation from behind the three-point line. Take the tough shots where your percentages go down.
Second basket. George saunters down the lane. George gets a screen from Zoo. It's a good one. It frees George for the three. Players in the league on and off the floor. George back in the game, making an imprint to the rim. On gets time.
Just joining us, Kawhi Leonard on the bench with 2 quick fouls. George launching, Butter to 11 again. And Batum with the steal to George. Oh, what a Euro.
Need to rub it into you a little bit, but the pretzels there in Philadelphia, awesome. Absolutely next level. George, bump going up.
By allowing John Wall to dictate what he wanted to do, not another turnover by the Hornets.
Leather Larceny, lob to Kawhi!
On the floor once, and then be able to make a play off the dribble at his side.
George gets Oubre Jr. in his back pocket, leaps and leads. Calendar year, Clippers return home to take on the Miami Heat. George for three.
And ends a 9-0 Clippers run. Paul George, quick catch and shoot through. No. George with a rebound, deep bounce. Norman Powell with a dunk.
Heck of a pass. Heck of a pass.
Thunder dunk, 2 off the bounce. Killian, point. Paul George with a shot. Pistons trim the lead to 10. Paul George, topside gun goes. Pass too hot for Zubac. Pistons bring it the other way, but here's a steal by George. And a jam. Took it away.
Kawhi into the front court. Leonard playing in his 14th game. Paul George come around, but guarding better. There's a chance. He's been big on the glass.
It's coming, though.
George did, and he hits a three.
They got enough talent, they can win a series.
George goes inside and pounds it down. Benedict Mathurin, 7. George for 3. That's
And get a chance to get under some pressure situations. The Paul, I thought he made a good stick and lost it. And got to come and help.
George has it slapped away, but gets it back and late.
Had a fairly easy schedule against teams that are struggling. That's not going to be the case. Deflection, interception, make us proud. Few years, and they're trying to whittle it down now. They were down by 18 at the break and trailed by 20. Now lead last week in Philadelphia. Love to get it back here. George for 3. It's gone. 3 to shoot for George for the